Apparently, nobody seems to like Deval Patrick because one of his campaign events was recently canceled because nobody wanted to show up. Now, Deval Patrick, of course, is the former governor of Massachusetts and was slated to speak at the historically black Morehouse College in Atlanta on Wednesday. However, that plan got derailed after basically two people showed up. Now, CNN reported that he had ended the event when he arrived and learned that he would not have an audience. Yikes. Uh, but of course, it's Deval Patrick. Nobody cares about Deval Patrick. Nobody is interested in him being in the race. And here's the thing, the reason is, well, okay, for one, there's already a million people in the race. So that's one. Number two, this guy worked for Bain Capital. Now, Bain Capital is a little bit of a company that got in some trouble back in 2012 when it was found out that this company was started by a Mitt Romney, a man named Mitt Romney, who, by the way, used this company to buy out and then strip other companies and fire all the workers. So this is Bain Capital really pioneered vulture capitalism, where they would go in and they would buy up companies and then load those companies with the debt that they used. Okay, the Bain Capital would take out money first. They would take out money for this debt, buy the company, and then transfer the debt over to the company, and then continue to reap profits. And if it does not get them profit, they would then strip the company down, sell it off piece by piece, and fire the workers. That's Bain Capital. And Deval Patrick worked for Bain Capital. And by the way, when he first got that job, he was called up by none other than, of course, Mitt Romney in order to congratulate him. So, look, not only that, but while he was there, he was called a foreclosure mogul, who, by the way, helped Republican billionaires rip off the middle class. So that's, of course, Deval Patrick for you, right? Uh, so, look, it doesn't surprise me that no one seems to be interested in him running and going to his events. Again, we already have a ton of establishment candidates, uh, and how many more do we need? I don't see a big call, a big push, other than from the people at Politico and the consultants that are never Warren, never Bernie, calling for another Democrat to enter the race. And look, the reason that they want more of these people, that you have the Tom Steyers, that you have the Michael Bloombergs, and now the Deval Patricks, is that they are desperately, and even the, of course, possibility of the Hillary Clintons. Look, the reason they're scared is that here you have new polls out, for example, that have Bernie Sanders tied with Joe Biden. There's a new national poll, so Reuters Ipsos poll, 19%. Elizabeth Warren down 6 points, right? In second. Pete Buttigieg in the higher single digits. Other polls have him Buttigieg at a fourth, but a strong fourth. Joe Biden barely in the lead. Bernie Sanders right behind him. Elizabeth Warren behind Sanders. If you're a Wall Street person, if you were a billionaire, if you're somebody who worries about being taxed a little bit more, then you are very, very concerned at the way that this field is shaping up. That's why they're calling for these guys, for Bain Capital guys. So here's the thing. Deval Patrick, again, not very popular. The New York Times took a picture of an almost empty audience at a Monday campaign stop for Mr. Patrick. So how much more of a hint that he needs in order to drop back out of the race? Look, he's not polling high enough to be in the debates. So what is he doing? He's wasting his time. That's what he's doing. We don't need any more Democrats or billionaires that represent Wall Street. Again, the three people right now, Biden, Warren, and Sanders. Biden is slipping. Elizabeth Warren dropped after she basically turned her back on Medicare for all. And Bernie Sanders is the guy who's surging to the top. If it's in one thing the American people want, it's fundamental change and not the same old establishment billionaire. That's why people are saying no to Deval Patrick. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.